Florida's Department of Environmental Protection has fielded tens of thousands of complaints about suspected weather modification activities across the state. I'm Tanika Hughes.
And I'm Yuna Gavino in tonight for Ben Becker. The surge of complaints follows the launch of the state's weather modification hotline, which was part of a bill passed last year. It also banned weather modification in Florida. Action News Jack state and local government reporter Jake Stofan joins us live downtown. And Jake, those complaints haven't amounted to much.
No, the Department of Environmental Protection says it's found no evidence of weather modification activities happening in the state of Florida, despite receiving more than 20,000 complaints. And that result has some state lawmakers questioning whether this whole thing is a giant waste of taxpayer dollars. Thousands of Floridians are looking to the skies with confusion and fear, including Florida Congressman Greg Steube, who posted a series of videos like this one to social media in January with the caption, quote, "Didn't Florida ban spraying chemicals in our skies?" He's referencing this bill signed by Governor Ron DeSantis last year that banned weather modification activities in the state.
Because you have all these people that are saying, well, the way to fight climate change is to inject this stuff and block the sun and do all that. And I'm just like, no.
Part of that law, which kicked in last July, also established a hotline for people to report alleged violations. According to the Department of Environmental Protection, the agency has fielded more than 20,000 complaints to date. That's an average of 80 per day at minimum, assuming the hotline launched on July 1st.
Not surprised at all.
First Alert meteorologist Corey Sima says he and the First Alert weather team field numerous similar complaints on a regular basis. But those streaky clouds following planes, like the one seen in the congressman's video, have a simple explanation that's been understood for decades.
As long as there are planes flying, there are going to be contrails. But it depends on the weather as to whether or not we can actually see them or how long they stay visible.
Similarly, the Department of Environmental Protection reports none of the complaints it's received have yielded any evidence of weather modification activities in the state of Florida. And that has some state lawmakers like State Representative Anna Eskamani questioning whether there's any value to the state hotline at all.
These are your tax dollars that could be going to teacher pay or affordable housing programs. But instead, money is being spent on a unnecessary hotline.
We asked DEP how many employees staff the hotline and what the program costs, but weren't able to get those answers in time for this story. Sima argues there could be some value if DEP makes an effort to educate those who file complaints about the reality of what they're seeing in the skies.
At the same time, a lot of people are going to see this and their minds will not be changed. And there's nothing that anyone can say that will actually change their minds.
Now, DEP did tell us numerous complaints have been forwarded to the Florida Department of Health. We reached out to DOH asking how many complaints it's received from the hotline and whether any of those complaints led to findings of any public health risks. We have not yet heard back. For local coverage you can count on, live on the South Side, I'm Jake Stofan, Action News Check.